Hi there and welcome to the Library at Pendrell Vale. I'm Tom and today we're going to be doing a quick league with lands. Deck is pretty standard. It's based on Java's used list from the GP, where he came ninth. A lot of bad luck there. I've made a couple of changes. I've put Horizon Canopy in over the second thicket. Actually, that might be the one change I've made. The rest of it's pretty standard. If you know anything about lands, then that'll be obvious to you. For those that don't, it's a deck that uses Exploration and Mana Bond to put in more than one land a turn. So Exploration allows you to play 2 lands a turn, and Mana Bond allows you to play all of your lands but you discard your hand. That's fine, often, because we have 35 lands here, or 33 lands, which is great. So, sorry, 35 lands. The next card that's really important is Life from the Loam. We use that to get our lands back from the graveyard, and we will then put them into the battlefield 1 or 2 at a time with Exploration. That's the kind of main combo that we use. So the way we win is using Dark Depths. We can take counters of this manually, 3 mana to remove 1 counter. And when all 10 have gone, then we have a 20/20 indestructible black flying creature. However, if you copy it with Thespian Stage, I'm sure you know about this, Thespian Stage is on the battlefield already, so it won't have any counters, and then Dark Depths trigger will happen, and we'll have no counters, and boom, we get a 20/20 for the cheap investment of 2 mana, a stage, and a Depths. We also have the kind of alternate win condition of either Molten Vortex and killing them, or Punishing Fire and killing them, and we can get Punishing Fire back with Grove of the Burnt Willow. So this adds a life for them, but they gain a life, 1 red mana, and we use the trigger here to pay 1 red and return it to our hand. The kind of useful cards in the deck are things like the Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale. So all of their creatures cost 1 in the upkeep, otherwise they get destroyed. And Glacial Chasm, and this also this means we don't die, which is pretty good. And we have Maze of Ith to stop creatures attacking us as well. The kind of main axis we usually go down, if we're not making a fast Marit Lage, is we destroy their lands with Wasteland, or Rishadan Port so they can't use their mana, or Ghost Court to attack them down. The rest of the deck is red lands that we go and search out, red and green, forests and mountains. We need to cast things, some fetch lands here. A Tranquil Thicket to cycle, so we can discard the land. Great, we like discarding lands. And then we can use that trigger to draw a card. We can either draw a card or we can dredge, because dredge says when you would draw a card, you put top 3 into the graveyard, and there you go, get your loan back. It's great, really. So we have the thicket to do that, the other thicket, which is now fetchable, which is a great card, good addition, and Horizon Canopy, that draws us a card. The last 2 cards I haven't talked about here are Barbarian Ring and Ancient Tomb. Ancient Tomb, just because it's a bit extra mana, so it's a bit faster, often we need that. And Barbarian Ring will kill annoying creatures that we can't get with Molten Vortex or Punishing Fire. Gamble allows us to find lands. We don't mind if they go in the graveyard, because we get them back with Loam. And Loam, and it also allows us to find Loam or Punishing Fire, which we can get back from the graveyard. So it's pretty good gamble. Crop Rotation gets us lands. The sideboard is probably the more interesting bit. Running 2 Tireless Trackers, and these are good for the matchups where we need some creatures. When people are going to bring Diabolic Edict, or we need to block things. Also, the clue tokens allow us to dredge on Loam, or just get lots of card advantage. Track will often just kill people. Krosan Grip destroys Blood Moon, basically. Rest in peace. Lowland of the Void. Sometimes Pithing Needle. A Chalice. Aether Vial. A Batterskull. And the list is endless, really. Drop of Honey is for killing creatures as well. And then Karakas and Bojuka Bog are kind of our utility lands that we sometimes need against Reanimator, Dredge, Storm in Bojuka Bog's case, Show and Tell, Karakas' case. And then these 7 cards here, these Spheres, this Thorn, and this Chalice, Crucible should be there. These 6 cards are for the fast combo matchups: Belcher, Storm, Aluren in the case of Sphere Resistance. You know, it's pretty obvious. We are quite a slow deck. We're good at destroying creatures, we're good at destroying lands, but they can just use 1 swamp and kill us. So we need those. The Crucible of the Worlds is another answer for the grindy matchups like Tracker. Often people are going to bring in Surgical Extraction against us. Apparently 61% of decks are playing 2 Surgical Extractions according to MTG Goldfish, which is a lot of decks. So we can use Crucible to get us some lands back from the graveyard, which is great. So that's the deck. I'm going to get into the first league and see you soon. Cheers.